You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, and welcome back to the Goose and Feather podcast with video
And audio.
video and audio podcast. We're revolutionizing podcasts.
It's true.
We're having a very, very fun episode for you guys this time. We're doing an advice podcast because those are cool and trendy. I asked a bunch of you guys for some questions, and I got a lot of questions, and we're going to see how many we can work through.
I think that's a great idea, considering we've done it.
That's the plan. You ready? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice. Yeah. Oh yeah.
ASMR podcast.
ASMR podcast, guys. You ready for some questions? No, we haven't gone over these questions at all. So this is all we're going in. These are real off the cuff, real honest reactions off the feather. So first question is from KNZ055. What is your favorite block palette? You go first.
Oh man, people be loving to build with gray blocks. Have you noticed this before?
I do like gray blocks. Yeah, quite a lot of them.
I love gray to green. I think it just always looks so good. Gray to green somewhere in there. Stone. I love stone block. I love cobblestone, andesite, gravel. Oh man, if you've ever put andesite, gravel, cobblestone, hold on, let me get these blocks out. Just like this. Really good.
My favorite block palette is, I'm grabbing it, I really like dark colors and I like cool colors. So I think my favorite palette, something around these, which I tend to build with a lot. So,
yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's a good little.
I've been drawing a lot towards also sandstone and stripped birch. I've been doing a lot of that lately. Let me see. Just smooth sandstone and your normal sand. Where's sand? And birch. You can even go to like stripped oak, I think is good. I like this.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
I've been doing a lot of this lately.
I'd probably
and
switch.
It fits really well. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
There you go.
Good thinking. And it works really good if you get like a big loud color on top. Like doesn't have to match, but it still, I feel like looks cool. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
We be going ham.
I agree. Good colors.
Thank you. Yeah.
Nice.
I am the color guy after all.
You are the color. You have the color theory videos, don't you?
Someone does.
Yeah. Someone.
I've seen them. I've at least watched some of them.
All right. Next question is from Dinglebin2, which I laugh every time I see your name, Dingle.
Good one.
Oh, we're so professional. Has listening to music while building ever influenced how you build or what you're building? Yes.
We're going to have different takes on this.
Oh, yeah? Okay. I love listening to music while I build. I don't get to do it enough because I'm usually either recording or streaming while I build. And I miss just hanging out and building, listening to music. But I do think it does. It has a big impact on the theme and the colors. I tend to think of like, okay, this is kind of what I want to build, and then I pick music that goes along with it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I love music. Okay, you and I have had many conversations about our loves of music.
Yeah.
But I cannot build and listen to music at the same time. I cannot do it.
Really?
Yeah, man. I just I get overstimulated, I think, trying to think about what I'm trying to do and also listen to music. And so I just kind of sit there for a long time. When I live stream and stuff, I never have any music playing on in my live streams. Cause if I did, I cannot game and listen to music. It's just not, it does not work for me. So
you don't listen to any podcasts either, do you?
No. Okay. Every time I'm on my computer, I'm not listening to anything. I have no audio stimulation besides in-game sounds. Thank you for fixing that.
Yeah, that's driving me crazy.
Yeah, it's funny. I've been inspired by music and stuff before, but I can't directly correlate it together. So yeah, every time I'm streaming or recording or building or anything, no music whatsoever. I can't do it.
Huh, you got to lock in.
Yeah, dude. I think that's part of my problem is I lock in without any audio stimulus.
I mean, that's fine. It
Yeah.
works. Yeah. It's weird, but it works, you know.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is weird. Like I don't know. This is kind of weird.
All right. So that's two not advice based questions. So we're off to a great start for our advice based
Yeah.
podcast.
Very good. High five.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I broke these blocks down here. Whoops.
Oh, yeah. I have infinite reach on. That's okay.
I fixed it.
Next question is kind of a dual question. We got two questions. First one is from Spooey. How do you deal with how do you deal with creativity block and especially depression interacting with it? I really want to be able to get back to building, but I'll place like 4 blocks down and I'll just be tired of the whole process. And the second question, I feel like this went pretty good hand in hand, is from Pepper. Any advice for overcoming self-doubt anxieties when making videos or publicly posting your work? You want to go first? I have a lot to say about this.
Yeah, I have a lot to say, but I'm going to say it in less words than you because my biggest encouragement as far as like getting back into building and stuff is just place 4 blocks, you know?
Mhm.
And if that's all you do, that's all you do. And then the next day you'll place 4 different blocks, you know? There's been weeks where I've not built anything, you know, and I'll just like log on. I'll log on to the bakery or I'll log on to build school and I'll just look at other people's builds and I'm like, crap, dude, this is like so amazing. And then I'll get on and I'll place 4 blocks and I'm like, oh man, this is like not going anywhere. So I get off and then the next day I place 4 blocks and then eventually I just break through it and it's like I just kind of get the ball rolling. And I think I just got to get inspired by colors and blocks and textures and look at a lot of inspiration, not to copy people's builds inspiration, but just to be amazed at what people can accomplish.
I want to caveat that if you really can't get things going, I think it's okay to just copy someone's build.
I mean, totally fair. I'm just.
Yeah. I agree with a ton of that. I think that the hardest but best way to get through that depression and that inactivity and that block is action, is to do something and to start working, which can be very difficult, especially when depression is involved with it. I think a lot of times in creative stuff, people tend to wait for inspiration to hit. But there is definitely a benefit to like learning how to inspire yourself. I've heard a lot the advice given of the work comes first, the inspiration comes second, which kind of works.
That's
like once
brutal.
it is super brutal, but once you like kind of get going, let what you're doing be what inspires you. So that is my advice for that part. As far as overcoming self-doubt and anxieties with making videos or publicly posting your work, you got to just go for it. You are going to be your harshest critic, and the stuff you make, I promise you, is going to be better than you think it is almost all of the time. You will see everything wrong with it, and most people won't even notice it. And
you just gotta also like, you will be your biggest critic, and sometimes someone will comment something really stupid or say something really stupid, and you just gotta learn how to laugh at it. Like it's astounding to me what some people will share online. Like, it's just like they'll say, I think that this sucks. It's like, why did you comment that on my video? Like everyone on the internet can see this, and you're just like, yeah, I think that's really bad. It's just hilarious to me that like, dang, someone like actually said that. I don't know. It's just so funny to me.
It is weird because it's like, what do you gain out of that? And you just, you got to just roll with it. People are going to say
so
stuff
funny.
And so what? That's okay.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff that you're going to be making is like subjective. It's like you enjoyed making it, so make it and post it and be proud of it.
Exactly.
There's a difference. Like if you're doing like educational stuff and someone points out you're wrong, you should correct yourself. Well, research it first and make sure you are wrong, and then you should correct yourself. But if people are just being mean, so what?
Yeah, let them be mean.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Which is,
I think
that's way easier to say than to do. Stuff can definitely get through your skin, but I think that's the way through it. And if
also you can delete comments.
You can delete comments.
You can just get rid of stuff. If it crosses a line that you're not comfortable with, it is well within your right to not tolerate it.
Yeah.
I also think one last piece of advice from Old Feather on that is to always do something you're proud of, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that goes back to like being your own worst critic. You don't have to love what you do to be proud of it, I guess. Like if you know the work that you put into it, then you can be proud of it.
Yep, 100%. And I have two more bits of things. First one, back to Spooey's question about placing four blocks down and being tired of the whole process. It is okay to not be into building and to not build right now.
Mm-hmm.
That is totally fine. That's some advice that a friend of mine gave me with art, where it's like you don't have to do it if you're really not feeling it. That's okay, and you can take a break. And sometimes that
Mm-hmm.
break is very much needed and is a good rest. And then you can come back to it later if you want to.
Yeah,
Um, eh,
absolutely.
yeah. And as for anxieties about making videos, the other thing is to practice a lot. Like make a
Mm-hmm.
few videos with no intention of posting them. You will
Yeah,
get more
people say to make
comfortable.
100 videos before you expect to find any success.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I mean, you probably don't need to do that many, but yeah, I think you will get more comfortable as you go. And 100 videos is probably a good point of like you're in your flow, you have your style, you have your workflow, and you're going pretty good. Yeah, I would agree with that.
I didn't say that. Just someone say that.
I
Maybe Mr. Beast.
It was, yeah, Mr. Beast. Minecraft advice for you. No, don't take business advice from Mr. Beast.
Ooh.
Calling him out.
Yeah, I'm good. I think we should go to the next
Yeah,
question
next
now.
question. Yeah, we're leaving that in though. That was funny. Next question is from Skull 3. How do you cope with stress when all okay, sorry. How do you cope with stress when the build or project that you're working on begins to fall apart or things don't go as expected?
Okay. My first question is where's Skull 1 and 2?
Very good question.
Um, my second question would be you take this one first and then
Okay.
I'll back you up.
So I talked about this on stream the other day, and I think this is very applicable. I'm going to do a little demonstration behind us.
Ooh, I love it.
Oh yeah, it should be. Yeah, I should be able to fit it on this wall. Okay, so there's some advice that was given to me specifically in painting, but I think this really applies to any sort of uh, work that takes a long time or any sort of process where you're working towards a goal. Get those out of there. The term that he used is this is always hard for me to say, the isthmus of fear. So if you don't know, an isthmus is a piece of land. So let's say you have a big island or like the main chunk of land, the main country. And then there's a little like bridge of land that goes to another big piece of land or another island. So they're connected by just this little land bridge. Geographically, this is called an isthmus. And the idea is that you start out here. You start out in this main area. You have all your ideas. You have all the inspiration, the motivation. The possibilities are endless. And then as you work towards the goal, which is down here, that's your target down there. There is a spot, usually kind of early on, well, actually throughout like the entire project, where limitations become heavier. You start running into problems. Things don't look good because you just started working on them. And this area right here is called the isthmus of fear, where you start regretting your choices. Maybe, like, especially in building or painting, there's always like the ugly phase. Or maybe you've put in all this work into a project and you're not getting the payoff that you expected. And it can be very tempting to turn back and go back to safety up here. But pushing through this area is vital. And you really just have to push through it. You have to keep in mind why you started, and you have to just keep working and keep going. And as you really start getting things down, like once in relation to building, once things really start falling into place and you start getting your colors in place, it starts opening up again and you start feeling more comfortable and gaining more ideas, and then you can reach your goal. But that little land bridge, that narrow area is, I think someone in my stream the other day said that this is where most dreams die. And I think that's very true. So you got to learn how to push through it. Yeah.
The isthmus of fear.
The isthmus of fear.
I'm more about the Christmas of cheer.
Hey, stay positive. That's great.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Good
All right.
advice. This is super advice.
Yeah, actually, this is some advice that I was given, and I take very like I really took that to heart, and I recommend it. That's how advice
Mm.
works. Yeah, that's what I would say. What about you? How do you cope with stress when you build or when you're working on projects that just aren't going good?
I'm pretty good at and not in like a braggy way, but like I just know that this is a video game sometimes. And so if I'm ever not feeling it, I just like go do something IRL. I go spend some time outside. I have some pretty defined hours I play this game. I can't just play anytime I want to. So I get like 2 hours, couple nights a week to play Minecraft, and I'm just know I'm going to log on and enjoy what I'm working on. So there have been times I've been frustrated with things aren't going very well, and that's just kind of where I move on. I'm like, okay, I've tried, this is not working. I'm either going to give up forever, or I'm going to revisit this. I think everybody has a yard full of builds that are half done. That'll never see the light of day. Um, and it's that's totally normal. I think so. Uh,
What about in just like your daily life? Like,
yeah,
because I don't know, maybe we'll bleep this out if you don't want people to know this, but I don't think you
yeah,
care. You were working really hard towards being a fireman on that fire team,
yeah,
and it
yeah.
and it didn't work out. But like,
Yep, I super gave up just literally recently.
oh, did you? You're just like, all right, I'm done with that.
No, I don't know, but for now, I'm done with that.
Hmm.
Um, for just as a brief, how would I say, backstory? I live in a city where it's technically kind of a government job to be a firefighter, so they test very heavily, and it's a very sought after job. So I've applied 3 years and I've tested. I've passed all my tests. I've done everything well, made it to the very end, and I've just been edged out every time by like 2 to 4 spaces. Super sad, when it's something you want, but I kind of just carry on where I feel like I'm supposed to be heading. So they just tested again, literally yesterday, and I did not. No, it was this morning. It was this morning they tested, and I didn't go. I didn't even apply this year, just
Hmm.
because it's time to maybe. I've got two options, right? I can either independently um, get some certifications that would allow me to pass all of these things, which would take some time, or I can just be done. So I decided I'm going to take some time off. I'm not going to worry about the competition of applying. I'm either going to take my own route, which is kind of the long way to get there, or I'm going to be done.
So it's a pretty stoic approach to it, which I
Thank
think
you.
that can be good. Yeah, and I think
Yeah,
also sometimes a door closing is another door opening.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And what does that one song say? You only know you love her when you let her go.
yeah. So I
I
mean,
just think
that's kind of the opposite of what I was saying, but yeah.
I'm sorry, I got a cough from my vacation. It was great, by the way. Thank you for asking. Um,
Uh,
yeah, I think it's okay. It's okay to like not always succeed at things.
that's true.
If we got
Yeah,
everything we wanted in life, we would probably be really, really happy and then really, really miserable all of a sudden.
you'd be super happy
Um,
until you got bored.
yeah, you'd
Yeah,
be super happy until you got bored. So, I'm kind of at a place in my life I'd love to have like a career going. And maybe I do. Maybe I just don't know it yet.
maybe. Yeah. So okay, so it sounds like, to summarize that, Skull, um, if you really like it and you really want to do it, push through that fear, but understand A, you can take breaks, and B, sometimes things don't work out, and take it as a learning lesson and decide
Mm.
for yourself when you need to move on from it if the stress is
Yeah,
too much.
that's exactly what I think I said. Thank
Perfect.
you for summarizing that very smarter than me.
Yeah, you bet. I mean, that was, yeah, sure. You're welcome.
Thank you. Hugs and kisses.
All right. Next up is from Gyatso. It was a very good mug, Gyatso.
Ooh, I was about to say that's my favorite food.
Is what?
I was thinking about gyoza.
Okay, okay. Different. Yeah. Um,
I might need to take a water break after this question, by the way. My
go for
vacation
it.
cough's coming. Okay, I'll be right
Go
back.
get some water. Yeah.
You go get some water, too. We'll be right back after this
I
commercial
got some
break.
coffee.
We have 2 filters on our fridge.
Oh, fancy.
Oh, one in the front and one in the back. Or one on the inside. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You ready?
Yeah. We're not leaving that in.
No. We could. Okay. All right. Next question. Next question was from Gyatso. What does art mean to you? And do you think Minecraft building as art is limited by specific aspects? Or do you think we have enough to be considered artists, just like painters, animators, for example? Yes, we're artists. It's art. It's art. I can't say that enough. You can absolutely be just a full, in every sense of the way, artist in Minecraft. 100%.
Can I send you something to put on screen right now?
Sure.
I saw someone build things I've never seen before in my life.
Oh, what? Really? Oh, I'm excited to see this. Whoa. Yeah, these are sweet.
Yeah, he's an artist. This is art.
Who was this?
You know? Berkeley.
I apologize for all my mic arm sounds. My second monitor is very far away.
Berkeley SZ.
Berkeley SZ. Yeah, way to go, dude. I'm gonna hit you up and we're gonna talk because those are amazing.
This is crazy.
Those are really cool. Those are some of the most painterly Minecraft builds I've ever seen.
No one can look at this and tell me that this person's not an artist, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I think absolutely. First of all, let's just be real. Art is subjective. So who's to say what is and isn't art, right? If you feel like an artist creating something, you're probably an artist. But yeah, I mean, I think that there's not any limitations in Minecraft for disqualifying or qualifying to be an art form.
Yeah, 100%. I also think just because there's limitations doesn't mean anything about whether it's art. I mean, it's like painting. Well, it's only paint. You're only using paint. Yeah, it's still art. Dancers, you're not even using. It's just your body. Still art. Totally.
I was talking to someone on an airplane the other day. He said, those who create appreciate.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I like that. That's true. So yes,
no matter the medium,
I think art in Minecraft is amazing because it can be pixel art, it can be 3D modeling, it can be map design, it can be animation. I would consider redstone art as well, like really good redstone. That there's definitely an art to doing that. Yes, you're artists. Look at me deep in the eyes. You guys are artists. Keep it up.
And now look at me in my eyes.
Oh, look at us. Wreckjaw just joined.
No way.
Yeah. Wreckjaw's a great artist.
Have a guest appearance on the pod?
Should we?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Let's ask Wreckjaw one question.
Yeah, we're gonna ask. And this is perfect. The next question is great. This is a great one for us to have him come in on. Okay, guys, 1 sec. We're gonna call Wreckjaw. Hey,
welcome to the podcast.
What?
Come here. Come stand on this little pedestal right between us.
Yeah.
Wait.
Feather, get on the edge. Why did you put a ladder down to get up here?
What's going on here?
Okay, stand right in the middle.
That's right. You're doing the thingy.
Yeah, we're doing welcome to the Feather Goose podcast. You just happen to log on. Yeah, we're recording right now. All right. We just thought we'd have you come in and give your feedback on the next question. We haven't asked it yet, so all three of us are going to give our opinion on it. This question is from Dracon7550. What's the difference between platonic love and romantic love? Feather, you want to go first?
Yeah. Platonic love is where you don't want to take things to the next step romantically, like a hug and a kiss. Or a kiss, or other things. You could hug a platonic friend.
Yeah.
You could even kiss a platonic friend. I guess the lines are drawn. But most of the time you wouldn't. Unless it was like to be funny, or maybe you're European and you kiss them on the cheek like this. What was the other one? Platonic love, and what's the word
romantic
for the
love?
Romantic love. This is like my wife. Okay, great example. My wife has 2 sisters. And I love my wife's sisters, right? Beautiful souls. I love them as my own sisters. Platonic love. But I
Cool.
don't want to kiss them on the lips like my wife.
All right. What about you, Rekja? Difference between platonic love and romantic love?
I don't know. That pretty that answers it. No, like it's like if is it friend or is it
Romance.
romance? Yeah, like I don't know. I'm a little bit out of my depth because the big words, platonic.
I mean,
I think that's the third layer of the earth, right?
Like
The platonic plates.
the platonic
like family.
Oh man,
I'm good.
that was a good one. I agree. So I think love is understanding and supporting someone else's choices and desires in their own life. And I think that applies to romantic and platonic. I think the difference is that romantic love is when you have decided to join those desires and pursuits at a different level than you would with just platonic. You can still be independent and have your own pursuits and desires in a romantic relationship, but it is the idea that you guys are together in that pursuit, even though you are pursuing different things. And then platonic is, kind of the same thing. That's actually, I've never really thought about it. It's kind of hard to define the difference between platonic and romantic love other than physical affection to a certain extent. It's kind of subjective. That's a very interesting question, Dracon. I hope we helped you answer it. You can get back up your feather. We
You
forgive
guys
you.
are good with words.
Thanks.
That's why we have a podcast.
Yeah, okay, looking forward to it.
Yeah, we want to take a quick detour and see one of Wreckjaw's things he's working on.
All right,
I
take
just
us.
posted something, but that I can get the thing, but I just wait. I have the you guys are editing this, right?
Nope.
No.
Yeah,
surely you cut out the dead space, right? Like surely.
No, yeah,
the editing cut starts now. You can't see me right now?
No, I can see you.
All right, let's go to your place,
Okay,
Wreckjaw.
Yeah.
Show us the coolest thing you've ever done.
I don't know.
Show us the thing that Reddit loved the most.
All right, no, hold on. This tower is sick. What the heck? This is really cool.
This was like what's it called? The one that like reminded you of the what's it called? Dahlia murder stuff. But then just like flip and paste it in on itself like a couple of times.
Well, I love it.
To the point where it's just like insane size.
Yeah, this is really cool. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, but like the green check marks are the ones that like I have finished this build. This is just not the finished version. This is still just the uncolored version.
Nice.
Like it just keeps going and going and going and going.
Well, this is great.
Further away.
You're a great builder, Wreckjaw. And
wow, what an amazing guy. Oh, sorry.
All right, we're back. Yeah, Wreckjaw's great. Go check him out on Instagram. He's just a fun guy. Oh, he joined the game again. You guys want to talk with Wreckjaw?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Okay. No, he just went to go grab a build. He's going to show us later. Moving on to questions. So this next one was submitted anonymously. And the question is, I struggle with group dynamics in conversations. I process things more slowly and often feel like I can't keep up. How do you balance being thoughtful in conversations while still staying engaged in fast-paced discussions? That is a very, very good question. First off, I think the most important thing is that you have identified and accepted that you're like, okay, I process conversations slower. Like that is something that is either a struggle for me or it is more difficult for me than a lot of people around me. Or maybe you find yourself in just a lot of really fast-paced conversations. And identifying that and being aware of that is the first step. The second step, I think, is being very open and willing to communicate that. I think that there's nothing wrong with telling somebody like, hey, can you repeat that? Or, hey, can you slow down for a sec? Let me reflect on what you've said. A really good skill, I think, for that's a little more actionable is called reflective listening. And when somebody says something to me, I respond with that thing. So if Feather is like, hey, will you go grab those target blocks over there and put them over here? Instead of just saying, okay, sure. My response would be, okay, you want me to grab those target blocks and bring them here to clarify the information. You get more specifics, and it also gives you a chance to like process it personally, break it down, and then bring it back to the conversation so that you can verify things.
Agree.
So I think that's pretty good. Another really interesting part about this is, how do you find balance being thoughtful in conversations while still staying engaged in fast-paced discussions? I actually have a lot of trouble with this. I tend to zone out during conversations a lot. I also find myself not actually responding and just saying, oof, yikes, or making a poorly timed or placed joke instead of being sincere with my responses sometimes. And I think it kind of falls into the same category as like reflective listening, of slowing yourself down, and being okay slowing down, taking time to think about what you're going to say, being okay stopping people and being like, let me address this first, I think is another important part. Communication in general. I think a lot of it is being willing to communicate your conversational needs to the person you're talking with.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like I have a kind of reverse problem. I feel like a jerk a lot of the time. Like I also have a hard time, like, in especially group conversations, especially online group conversations. Online group conversations are the worst. I mean, like, it's different when you're in person. You can look at someone, you can pay attention to them, but when it's just voices in your head, it's like, oh my gosh, I cannot even comprehend. So I feel like I bulldoze a lot of the time, which is not what I want to do. Is not who I want to be known as. Um, but yeah, I try to do the same thing. I often try to just have smaller conversations, 1-on-1, 2-on-2. Um, you know, but when I'm not able to do that, I just try to be intentional on being a good listener, even if I miss some things.
I think that brings up another good point too, because if it's in person, body language goes a long way. Just if you're worried about like even just seeming more engaged, just things like a nod every once in a while, keeping eye contact, a general relaxed body language during the conversation, really goes a long way. And again, I really can't stress being okay asking for clarification if you need it, or asking for something to be repeated, even if it's after the fact, like after the conversation, just being like, hey, can I do this? Or taking notes on stuff, having a little notepad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, good advice, Goose.
Thanks.
I like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hope that helped you. If it did, good. If it didn't, sorry.
Yep. We tried our best.
We tried our best. Or let us know. Actually, no, legit. If you don't feel like that helped you, or you feel like we didn't understand the question correctly, shoot one of us a message. Because even outside of the video, I would, if we can offer some help, I would love to.
Yeah.
All right. Next question is from Ben. If you were to tell your younger self one thing, what would it be and why? There's a lot of stuff I could tell my younger self.
I think the problem is, for me to answer this question, I would probably not be able to say anything that wouldn't drastically alter where my life is at this current point. So I would probably not tell my younger self anything.
Okay, that's a great point. I've thought about that, of like, if you would change anything in your past, like what would you change? Of course, there's a lot of stuff that I regret and that I would want to change. But I've also become the person I am now because of how I've processed that. And, the whole time traveler paradox thing. I have no idea where my life would be if things went differently. And that is also very scary. So realistically, if I had to give myself advice, it would be brutally honest with yourself and with others despite your fear. Be courageous about being honest when you are younger, because I was a rebellious, lying little child when I was growing up. Little child, like into like middle school. I was I was a handful, let me tell you.
You were naughty.
Yeah, I was a rough kid to raise. Bless my mom for raising me how she did.
Yeah. I think I probably would just opt to. I maybe would rather look back on some things like they were the present than tell myself anything, if that would be an option. Like if I could go back and instead of tell myself something, just passively observe, I would rather do that.
Oh, okay, just to like see it.
Yeah. See it again.
Yeah.
Be back one more time, in certain situations. And not that there are things, I don't know. I can't say I wish I would have done anything differently. I mean, because I think all the things in my life that I wish I would have done differently would probably put me in a different place than I am right now. And I don't know if I want to be in a different place than I am right now.
Yeah. I think that's a very
Stoic
thoughtful
answer.
kind of, yeah, that's pretty stoic. It's a very thoughtful way of thinking about it.
Yeah.
The
Sorry to give you a lame answer.
No, I think that's a good answer. I think it's something worth thinking about, that like, you don't know how things are going to be in the future. I recently read a book called The Midnight Library, because it was on a lot of people's lists of like books that changed their life. It wasn't a life-changing book for me, but it was very good. And it discusses that a lot of like, you do not know what your choices have impacted in your future, or if you did things differently, how they would be, and to really accept and appreciate where your life is now. And if you want things to change, taking the actions you can to change them. And if there's things you can't change, learning to accept that and making the best of things. I know it's cheesy, but there is always a silver lining on stuff, and taking time to be grateful for those silver linings and to find them, and being mindful and present does wonders for being happy and being, even if not happy, being at peace with where you are in life.
Yeah. People say the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago, and the second best time is today.
Right now.
Are you getting a sapling?
Yep.
Yeah.
Get a sapling.
Thank you.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Right now.
Next question.
That was our last question.
Oh, that was?
Yeah.
Well, then, you want to get under here with me? And no? Okay. Let's sit on our tree here. Birds of a feather.
Let's sit on our tree. Yeah. Well, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. You got any send-off words you want to do?
I think it's important for us to recognize how incredible our two communities are separately and together.
Yes.
And just what an absolute honor it is to have people consider us friends enough to send us messages or watch podcasts or videos about stuff. It blows my mind that people are out there supporting what we do. I mean, we're crazy. So
no, seriously,
it's so funny.
You guys are amazing. I don't know. I just can't imagine people being like, let's watch the two bird-themed Minecrafters do a podcast. It's like, what? So this is for you guys. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. We literally wouldn't be doing a podcast if you guys didn't tell me 100 times and Goose 100 times that y'all want another episode. It's pretty amazing. So thank you guys.
On that note too, I gotta thank you, because you guys don't know that. Well, maybe you do. Actually, I might have talked about this before. When Feather and I first met, and at the very beginning first started making videos, he already had a Discord set up, and we mined a chunk together, spent like 5 hours together talking about stuff. It was actually a blast. But one of the things that you said to me was, it is all about community. And that is the intent of what we're doing. Basically.
Oh, I'm so glad I said that.
You said that, and that completely changed the way that I look at things. And if you appreciate the community that Feather and I have like garnered together and separately, I largely attribute it to you telling me that. I think that was fantastic advice.
Thanks, man. You are you're a pretty great fella, a swell guy. So
Thanks.
It's been an absolute blast. Over a year of being friends, making videos together. It's been so fun. So.
Yeah, it has been a very fun time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, until next time, I hope you guys have a lovely, I don't know, probably month, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months.
Have a nice time.
Yeah.
Time vague statement.
Yeah. Enjoy it.
See ya. That was great.
That was
another great podcast.
Another great podcast. Look, we're so good at this.
Yeah. It really is crazy to me, dude, that like I've had so many people tell me like, when's the next episode? We want another episode. It's crazy.
It's weird.
I had someone tell me the other day, they said, my favorite thing that you or Goose have ever done is your podcast episode.
Whoa, really?
And I was like, yeah. I was like, that's crazy. They said it.